Happy New Year, everybody. Favorite vlogger back on the airwaves, back with the vlogs from the car. But first and foremost, again, I want to say Happy New Year. I apologize for the lack of things that I promised lately. I've been, like always, very busy. For those of you that are on Facebook page and saw the previous video, you saw a small brief detail of my house. We have moved in and things are going very good. Very good. I am very happy for this house. There's some things that could be better, but like always, that's life. It's just things you got to deal with. So that is one of the hugest responsibilities about being a homeowner. So gonna get right into it. A lot of you have, I guess, forgotten about these questions, but some of you haven't, and I picked like two of them. I'm briefly gonna go over those. The first one was from, I think his name was Tony Carletto or something like that. I can't remember the name. I look at these like basically right before I get in the car, try to remember all this shit, but it doesn't normally work out that way. But I do remember his first name was Tony. Tony wanted to know, he says, you seem like a big dude that's not scared of anything. Be honest, has there ever been a moment where you were just basically pissed out scared? And I'll be honest with you, I might look tough, but underneath this big rugged exterior, there's a little bit of a chicken in me. I'll give you a quick brief story. One of them that I just thought about not too long ago. It was super funny when I thought about it. When it happened, I didn't think it was funny because I was thinking about seeing my own ass. So back in Florida, I had a best friend that was a manager of a movie theater. I don't know if you remember. Well, Movie Co. is pretty popular. But there was this Movie Co. in the town that I lived in. It was Boynton Beach. And my best friend, this dude named Mike, he was a manager. So, you know, when movies and shit came out, it was like, dude, Mike, can I sneak me in and can I get a preview or something? And one night after work, we all decided to go out and get plastered. It wasn't just like, hey, let's go and get fucked up. It wasn't nothing like that. We was hanging out and some other guys came along and we went behind the movie theater. Behind the movie theater was a canal. And so, of course, I'm not the drinking type. Everybody else was. Mike decided not to drink. But the other two guys, they decided to go ahead and just down some beers for the fuck of it. Basically, what happened after a while, they got really, kind of hammered. And they started getting really loud. And on the opposite side of this canal was some apartment buildings, if I can remember correctly. It was some like whole rows of apartment building. They had a balcony. And what I think happened was that after a while from throwing the bottles, one of these old people from these apartment complex called the police. The police came out back behind the movie theater. And they started flashing the lights and they started questioning us all this bullshit. And I immediately, when the cops came, I looked at Mike. Mike looked back at me. I said, Mike, I'm going to the bathroom. Hence, I fucking got the fuck out of Dodge. So technically, I didn't go to the bathroom. I went back inside the movie theater and I must have waited for like 15, 20 minutes before the cops left. And Mike must have thought that I fucking left to go home because he started ringing on my phone. Like, you okay? What happened? Dude, I hadn't heard from you in like a few minutes. Like, dude, I'm not dealing with cops. So that was one of the instances where favorite blogger is a fucking chicken. I ain't gonna lie. So the other question was, this is something that I personally just thought of not too long ago. I had a guy here at my job. Now this guy is from, I'm taking it he's from Uganda. I'm not sure. But he came up to me and approached me here at work. And he asked me, he says, where are you from? I said, I'm from the States. He goes, oh, okay, I didn't know. I thought maybe you were from Uganda. That kind of hit me for a loop. Because obviously there's not a lot of colored folks that are born and raised here in Denmark. So my question is now, majority of you already know because of the English thing. But if you didn't know who I was, just by looking at my demeanor, and I guess from the way that I walk, the way that I talk, my clothes and whatnot, would you just automatically assume that I'm from the States, or that, excuse me, that I'm from some far out universal other third world country like Africa or Uganda or Zimbabwe or whatever. I just thought, like, wow, because I know there's some people in London that are black, are born and raised in London. They're from London. I wouldn't know any better unless I literally heard them talk. But that just threw me for a loop. Have you ever had that type of instance where, somebody looked at you? I give you another quick prime example. My wife, I didn't know. I to this day, honey, yeah, sorry, I was making fun of her. I think I told this story before. I was making fun of her in like one of these chorus classes things where we had to sing for one another. And she knew an individual that was from, I think that chick was from Turkey, I believe, or Germany. I'm not sure. But they were speaking the same language. They could understand one another. I just took it upon myself. The only way that I kind of introduced myself to my wife was like I started making fun of their accent. And I thought she was from Germany. And it took like maybe 2 or 3 times before she realized she was like, hey, stupid, I'm from Denmark. So I guess, yes, judging a book by its cover is definitely one of them things you have to be very careful about. So, because this little black duck don't come from Uganda. I don't come from Uganda!